Hello and welcome to the Hub on CGTN. I'm Wang Guan in Beijing. China has unveiled its #1 central document for 2025. As the first policy statement from the central authorities this year, it outlined priorities in the country's agriculture and rural development. It's about further strengthening the supply of key agricultural produce to safeguard grain security, preventing large-scale re-emergence of extreme poverty, and supporting the development of smart agriculture. So, what is the current state of China's agriculture? What new trends have emerged? Let's start with our conversation with Dr. Zhao Bing, Representative and Country Director of the World Food Program China Office. Here are his insights. Dr. Zhao, welcome to the Hub on CGTN. Great to see you.
Thank you, Mr. Wang, and thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to be with the Hub.
Let's talk about China's technological advancement, which is certainly contributing to the growth of the agriculture sector, feeding more people with less land, but with more efficiency. What has been the hallmarks of Chinese technological gains in terms of advancing its agricultural sectors?
In my opinion, the success of China's efforts to end hunger and to achieve food security, as well as in its achieving rural development, can be attributed to the fact that the Chinese government at every level pays great attention to food security itself, which means to make sure that every Chinese gets the food they need to sustain a healthy and positive life. And to feed 1.4 billion people is no easy endeavor. That's why Chinese government and agriculture workers, farmers, they're doing everything they can to increase the productivity. And technology has made a most important part, especially in recent years. If I'm not mistaken, the contribution of technological advancement to food productivity, to agriculture productivity, has long surpassed 50% over the recent years.
Well, what about the rest of the productivity gains other than technology? Of course, technology being this, having better seeds, you get 4 times as much yield on the same amount of land as previously. Well, we interviewed Ping technology, for example, in Brazil. They're bringing this Chinese seed to the Brazilian farmers, so on and so forth. But what are the other factors in China that are contributing to productivity gains?
China has insisted on a market-based approach to develop its agriculture and food security. This has given incentives to the farmers to produce more, to also raise their own income, but in the meantime, to supply the consumers in the cities to access enough food. Secondly, of course, we talked about technological advancement, but look at the level of mechanization among the farmers, which is also another aspect of technological advancement. This will continue to contribute greatly to the ever-increasing productivity challenge. Another dimension associated with this is the farmers are increasingly also supported to be integrated with the national economy. That is to link the rural areas better with the city markets. Pulling back also on the productivity issue, I think the Chinese government's effort to guarantee that enough farmland, quality farmland, is maintained or even increased by investing in improvement, rehabilitation of land. So that is a strong factor contributing to providing a solid production base when it comes to food production.
Of course, China has things to work on, but obviously China has done things right in many respects. So going forward, what do you think can be the China experience that the developing world, the global south, can perhaps be informed on and be looking at?
China in this regard, as we've just touched upon, has made great achievements, and it has accumulated a wealth of experiences, technology, and other solutions including also innovation in this process. As I mentioned, the success of China's agriculture thanks to the policy and governance of the policies over the last few decades have provided the very important incentives to the farmers to engage in agriculture, to produce more. But in the process, a lot of those technological advancement has been successfully been experimented, scaled up in this country, from which the farmers have benefited. Many of these experiences, in terms of policy and governance, they can be studied thoroughly with international perspectives so that they can be hopefully be replicated elsewhere. Of course, being contextualized and adapted to local conditions, which can be powerful drivers to help the other countries to achieve food security. Secondly, those technology advancement, including the better seeds. For example, you have given the example of hybrid rice, which has been proved to be effective in helping farmers to produce more in many developing countries. That's contributing to their food security and the security of the greater consumers. And thirdly, innovation. The recent innovations, including in, for example, big data, can also go a long way to support the other countries in scaling up their solutions to address the challenges of food security, but also to transform food systems as we speak more frequently now globally.
Now, China has accumulated a wealth of experience in the food and agriculture sector and is willing to share it with the rest of the world. But how? Education could be one of the solutions. Throughout an initiative called Science and Technology Backyards, China Agricultural University has been setting its agricultural classrooms in the field for many years, encouraging students to learn through practice. And now one of these backyards, located in Handan City in northern China, is particularly special as it hosts several students in African countries. Let's take a look.
At the Qianya Science and Technology Backyard in Hebei's Quzhou County, students from China and Africa come together to live and farm with local villagers, sowing the seeds of smarter agriculture and cross-cultural collaboration.
What motivated me to come here is first the Science and Technology Backyard program, and also the fact that the smallholder farmers in China have got similar characteristics with those in Zambia. We are designing specific fertilizer for a specific crop, for a specific yield of a crop, and for a specific soil. With this approach, we are very precise in how we use the fertilizers to produce a high yield. You might be aware that the scientists have developed a lot of technologies that can improve nitrogen use efficiency. But these technologies have not been adopted by the smallholder farmers. So what the Science and Technology Backyard program does is that through the students and the researchers being in the farmers' fields, it bridges the gap between the scientists and the farmers. Some of the most important technologies that Zambia has to adopt, or Africa, is the use of irrigation. Improving the adoption of soil testing and formulated fertilizer and irrigation will be a game changer for Zambia and also for Africa.
China is an economic giant, and they are leading in all regards, in terms of food, in terms of the economy, in terms of production and all the other things. And in my local parlance, they say, follow who knows road. If you are going somewhere, it is better to follow somebody who knows the road, who knows where you are going. You don't just follow blindly, you follow a person who knows there. So if you want to learn, I mean, there's no proper place than to learn from the best. And that's the more reason why I came to China. I would want to see a country, which is Ghana, that is food sufficient. That food isn't a problem. Whatever I learn here, I'm able to contribute back into my home country. I'm also going to take the seriousness of the Chinese agric and also take it back to my home country. We are going to sit together with the supervisors and our coordinators, and we are going to comparatively look at what we have done, what we did in China, what we did in Africa, in my country, and then we'll see how best we can improve upon what we have done.
Now let's dive deeper into crop fields across China to explore how agriculture, rural areas, and farmers have been transformed in the new era. Share Harvest, an organic farm in suburban Beijing, was founded by Dr. Shi Yan. She embarked on her journey as a new farmer 15 years ago, promoting community-supported agriculture.
Share Harvest is a farm. You can see we have organic vegetables, we have fruits, we have also some animals like dairy cows and also chickens. We also have the membership in the city, which is the consumer family. They buy directly from the farm. And every week we delivered our freshly produced fruits and vegetables directly to the door. So it's a very direct link. So on one hand, you can see the consumers in the city, they support us by buying the products. On the other side, we also support consumers' healthy life in the city. So it's a mutual relationship. I did my PhD research at Renmin University. So at that time, I got a chance to doing lots of research related to food safety and also agriculture pollution. 2008, I got a chance to go to United States and also worked at not a very big organic farm, but it has a concept called community-supported agriculture. So I got to get a kind of mission from my university to go to that farm, to work there for half a year, and also to learn their model. So I stayed at that farm and every day doing earthy work. So every day producing food and vegetables. For that half a year, I got to know the model that CSA is a kind of a new model all over the world. That means we need to reconnect farmer and consumer. Consumer, they prepaid the farmer so that farmer knows where their food will sell to and how much they produce. For the consumers, they get really real healthy organic food from the farmer. The money will all go to the farmer, not go to the middleman. That model, I feel, is very important also for Chinese farmers. After I graduate, I decide to make this CSA farm as my career and also my life. So I decided to set up my own farm. So that is Shared Harvest. My goal and also mission is not to do something for myself. It's also important to make Share Harvest as a model. This model should be a demonstration for the young people, that living and also working in the village is possible. I think the one milestone is in 2015, Share Harvest, we host an international community-supported agriculture conference. There are about 100 international participants from all over the world. They come to China, and inside of the country, we have about 600 to 700 participants. I feel we are also kind of inherited our ancestors' wisdom, because China is a very long history of farming history. We have lots of wisdoms on agriculture. We got this international conference, and we also told the international community that in China, we have lots of activities and practice for CSA and also lots of young people. New farmer means you choose to be a farmer. Farmer is a job, a career, also a lifestyle. For new farmer, it doesn't mean you only growing food, every day working on the land. I don't work a lot of time on the land. I always feel I am a farmer. Share Harvest, we are a farm, but we are also an incubator, also a platform, also a school. Probably we can say 30% to 40 to 50% of organic farmers were influenced by Share Harvest. We train lots of organic farmers. We are a social ecosystem that we have many young people who work here as a kind of host. Usually people will think we live in a village, probably will be a very slow life. From this year, I kind of becoming very busy because we are building a platform to help more eco farmers or organic farmers all over China. Some farmers, they need very qualified organic fertilizer. So we will help them to find the producer and help them to build the link. We also help them to sell their products if they can get to our standards. So this year we start a platform called Eco How Fun. That means becoming an eco farmer, it's a very interesting job. We hope everyone, when we eat healthy food and also producing healthy food, will be a fun and also cool thing. Social media is a new language, a new platform also for farmers, a channel to get your own information to spread out to your customers. People can use this platform to directly link with producer, with farmer. I think live streaming is very high requirements for farmers. Not everyone of the farmers can do that. You need to really get to know, how to speak, also how to use the data, how to analyze the data, and how to make a video. The equipment, you need the very good ones. It's not a low entrance for every farmer. Not everyone you can do it very well. So that means, for more and more farmers, especially for the elder generations farmers, it will be a bigger challenge. So if you don't get these techniques, you may harder to sell your products. The eco farmers, small and medium eco farmers, usually they don't have enough channels to really get to the customers. So that is why for Eco How Fun, for the new brand, I really want to represent the small and medium organic farmers. Past 15 years is a very big change. Consumers' demand are going more and more for the organic or eco products. Many young people are also looking for new lifestyle. So, working in the rural, working in the village is a kind of new lifestyle. So there are more and more producers. China's agriculture policy also changing. From the very beginning, many of our food, we call it no hazard products, 无公害. But later on, pushing green food standards. And now there are also more and more policies supporting organic standards, organic products. Our central government are also promoting the ecological civilization. Under this concept and strategy, rural revitalization, they also want to support more and more young people and more good project in the rural, in the village. When I chose the Agriculture University of Hebei as my undergraduate school, at that time my major is agriculture economics. I feel at that time we don't want to talk about agriculture. We only talk about economics and management. That's 2002. Later on, when I go to Renmin University as my master and PhD, I kind of started to feel the country, the policy are getting more and more focused on agriculture, agrarian issues. Like the #1 document, almost every year released the #1 document, getting more and more focus on the farmers' welfare and also rural development. When I start my career, many people ask me. Also, some people comment on the social media that the country spends so much money to nurture you, to make you to be a doctor. Why you choose to be a farmer? I hope in the future people will really accept this is just a choice of job. It's not sacrifice. I think the evaluation for myself, for my value, is just how much contribution I can give to the society, to the people. I think to be a farmer, I can contribute more. On the land, in the rural, you can feel when you're doing something is really valuable. The local farmers, they also feel, when we start share harvest, it gave them more job opportunities. And also we take lots of change for the village. Just like President Xi said, writing thesis on the land. So I'm writing the thesis on the land.
And of course, in today's China, young people are playing a vital role in agriculture. With the development of China's rural regions, more and more young people are returning to villages and working in the fields. Among them, 10 young farmers stand out as they have an inspiring story to tell. They have become a hit on Chinese internet and social media. Our team recently visited some of them and their crop fields in Hangzhou, China, to talk to this passionate group. Here's what we discovered.
It's called the vertical agriculture model. I designed this as a 4-layer. First, at the bottom is the yellow chives. It should stay in the shade, so we cover them with a black cloth. The mushroom is in the middle, the sprouts on the top. When we water the sprouts, the water will also drop down to the mushrooms. So it saves the water at the same time.
It's very effective.
Yeah, I'm also trying to set up 4th layer called the green bean, and it will wind up.
Meet Zhao Xiaotong, a young farmer and entrepreneur working in Hangzhou's rural area with 9 other like-minded young people. Together, they have been cultivating a 30-hectare allotment, and they are now helping nearby smallholders increase both productivity and sales.
My main goal is to increase the output value of the field without increasing the area. All the crops I grown, like the yellow chives, mushrooms, sprouts, and also the green beans, their growth conditions is similar. Growth circle is short, so we can harvest and earn quickly. This is the glass greenhouse in use now, and we got roses here and also the pipers inside. Yeah, that's the endive that I planted. And also there is the kale. This is the hydroponic cultivation setup. We used to plant the lettuce here, and now we plant thyme. All the nutrients that the plants need are in this liquid. You can see that they really grow easily. This side is the strawberries, and we planted in raised beds, and it's about 30,000 seeds here. It's available for harvesting now. Last season, we harvested the wheat, roses, the shrimps, fish. This season, variety of these crops are increasing, about 20. Also, we just make them into the food products to the market, maybe to the internet, various way to sell them. We have to make our own products different from others. And that's the reason I believe that the customers want to buy us.
What were the most significant challenges you've encountered along the way?
Difficulties and challenges are always here, whether it's working in a tough weather or packing the items or lifting tons of stuffs. We always face them head on and just figure them out actively. And we also bring these issues during the meeting, that we can learn from them, also improve them. Every day we gain new ideas and grow.
What technologies have you applied here?
Drip irrigation system, as you can say, it's throughout the entire field to save water effectively. That's the detection instruments that will provide the timely data like soil moisture and soil temperature and other data. And all these facilities are connected to the internet, so we can just use them from our phone. Well, this is the water and fertilizer machine, and it provides the water and fertilizer through these pipes. At the same time, it also saves the time and effort.
It frees your labor forces, right?
Yeah.
You can just control it remotely.
Yeah.
As one of today's new farmers, what factors do you reckon driving the growing number of young people coming back to villages and opting to work in the field?
Well, first, I think the Chinese modern agriculture is developing faster. With the hard work, it could be the profitable, not just a low-income industries. And second, the working hour is flexible. It can be decided by individuals. And also, the internet is convenient. And there's also many opportunities for young people to sell their crops or the products. So I believe that it's a future trend that more new farmers will return to their countryside.
You've interacted with many other new farmers. What role do you see young people can play in rural revitalization and in the shaping of China's future agriculture?
Young people will play a leading role in the future of the China agriculture because the traditional industries need the young blood for the new vitality. The responsibility today lies with no others but us, the young. It's a big responsibility, and we still got a long way to go.
Speaking of responsibility, on National Tree Planting Day, you went to Gansu province and you planted 180,000 trees within a week in a desert there. What were the motivations behind?
We gained some attention through this program, and we just want to raise the awareness of the situation in the desert of Gansu. And we also want to inspire more young people to get involved to more social welfare activities through our own experience.
I see you are also doing live streamings to help farmers, right?
We want to help more farmers to raise their sales or the income. We will do more of these activities.
As a group, you made your debut on CMG Spring Festival Gala. What was it like to be on a national stage?
That performance was like a dream. Yeah, we were beyond excited or surprised to be invited to that stage. I can explain it through our slogan of the program is Believe in the Land. Maybe it sounds a little bit abstract, but I have to say that it's the power of the land bring us to that stage.
And you will continue believing in the land, right?
Yeah, sure.
开工了，好，有种热血的感觉，为什么？吃吧，今天做大做强。
That's it for this edition of The Hub on CGTN. Thank you so much for tuning in. Our news coverage continues on CGTN. Bye and take care.